so grateful for that. That's one stereotype I guess we could check off the box. You're not going to put it on Federal Hill. I guess you put it across overseas. You put it in East Providence. Tom, is there anything else we do? Oh, I don't know. How about you do it about a young man, always wanted to be a newscaster, works hard, goes to college, pays his taxes, behaves. He becomes an anchor man, Tom. In fact, he becomes a number one anchor man. And then he becomes a radio guy. Maybe that'd be a good story. Tom, you know what? Boring.
Oh, you know what?
No, too boring, Tom.
News anchorman opens his own Italian restaurant.
News anchorman opens his own Italian restaurant, themed around his life with his grandmother. Nah. No.
Well, some people say,
no, we can only do that if somebody gets shot in the head at the end of the dining room.
Well, what about a Rhodes Scholar whose father was a watchmaker that becomes governor, then later becomes Treasury Secretary?
Right.
Commerce Secretary.
There's a wonderful story. Listen, she could be president someday. Of a young Rhode Islander, she goes to LaSalle, she's the valedictorian. She's so smart, she goes to Harvard, right? She's the valedictorian there. She's a Rhodes Scholar. Okay, she goes to Rhodes Scholar. Then she comes back, she goes to Yale Law School.
Yep.
Right? Then she said, I want to be in business. She goes to business. She makes millions and millions. So much so that she says, I don't want to make any more money. I want to go into politics.
Or you have a fledgling town like, say Pawtucket that needs, billions of dollars of economic investment.
She becomes the treasurer, but the tiniest little state, little speck of a state. There it is over there. Right? It's so small, you have to leave it to get the parts of it. Now just think of that, right? You got to leave Rhode Island to go through Mass and then go back into Rhode Island. You want to go see John Laughlin over there in Tiverton. That's what you got to do. It's so small, you have to leave it to get the parts of it. Anyway, she becomes treasurer, and then she becomes a two-term governor, and then she gets very close to being the vice president.
Very close.
According to the New York Times, she was right up there on the list, very, very close, and she becomes the Commerce Secretary. And she has a very good couple of weeks. She pushes through the chips. She's Chips Gina, the chip manufacturing. And they're even talking about making her the Treasury Secretary, gets her name on the dollar bill.
Oh, I love that.
And then who knows what could happen, what the future holds, Tom.
Yep.
She cut a little video from the White House yesterday talking about the chips, how important they are. Now, Mr. McGee. By the way, Mr. McGee, what part of Italy are you from? The McGees, I don't know you. I don't know you. Was it Maggetti?
Maggetti?
Was it Maggetti? Was it Megliano that your family cut the name short on Ellis Island? You called yourself McGee? McGee, not McKee. McGee. Tom? That is a boring story.
Too boring.
It's too boring a story.
I'm not going to make any money.
What do my listeners think of this? This is what we need, another Italo-American mob story based in Rhode Island. That's what we need. 438-97